So, dear students, today we are going to discuss about one more time in oscillation lesson, especially simple harmonic motion, especially linear simple harmonic motion. One of the example of linear simple harmonic motion, spring block system. First, we are going to see about horizontal oscillations of a spring. Let us consider a spring. That spring has a spring constant or stiffness constant K. That spring, one end of the spring is connected with the block of mass M. Another end of the spring is connected with the rigid support. That entire system is placed over on the horizontal smooth surface. So initially, equilibrium position of the block of mass M at that position. Next, we apply the external force acting on the block of mass M acting along this direction. Due to the external force, the block of mass M moves towards positive x-axis through a displacement x. Now the block moves constant velocity along the positive x-axis along this direction of force. But restoring force is exerted by the spring acting on the block of mass M acting through the spring in opposite to the direction of applied force. Now, restoring force is developed within a spring due to displacement of the block of mass M through a displacement x towards the positive x-axis. Restoring force exerted by the spring acting on the block of mass M is opposite to the direction of displacement of a block. F is equal to minus Kx, equation number 1. Already we know that F is equal to Ma, equation number 2. Equation 2, substitute in equation 1, Ma, which is equal to minus Kx. Here, acceleration of the block of mass M on the smooth horizontal surface A is equal to minus Kx divided by M. This is during the oscillation of the block of mass M towards the positive x-axis from its equilibrium position. Acceleration is directly proportional to displacement, and also acceleration of the block is always directed towards the mean position. Then the oscillation of the block of mass M acting on the smooth surface is resembling the linear simple harmonic motion. So acceleration of the block A is equal to minus Kx divided by M. Already we know that in simple harmonic motion, acceleration of the block system A is equal to minus omega square x, equation number 4. Compare the two acceleration equation. So minus Kx divided by M, which is equal to minus omega square x. X get cancel, minus get cancel, K divided by M, which is equal to omega square. Then angular frequency in linear simple harmonic oscillator, omega is equal to square root of K divided by M. So it is another important expression in linear simple harmonic motion, equation number 5. So angular frequency of block spring system on the smooth horizontal surface, omega is equal to square root of K divided by M. Now we are going to calculate the time period of linear simple harmonic oscillator. Omega is equal to 2 pi divided by t. Substitute here 2 pi divided by t, which is equal to square root of K divided by M. So t divided by 2 pi, which is equal to 1 divided by square root of K divided by M. We are going to calculate the time period of linear simple harmonic oscillator. So t is equal to 2 pi divided by square root of K divided by M. So time period of linear simple harmonic oscillator 2 pi into square root of M divided by K is an important expression. Time period in a horizontal oscillations of a spring block system, T is equal to 2 pi into square root of M divided by K. Frequency of linear simple harmonic oscillator, N is equal to reciprocal of time period, N is equal to 1 divided by time period 2 pi square root of m divided by k. Frequency of linear simple harmonic motion oscillator 1 divided by 2 pi square root of k divided by m is another important expression in linear simple harmonic motion. So there are two important expressions in linear simple harmonic motion spring block system. Time period in linear simple harmonic motion oscillator t is equal to 2 pi square root of m divided by k. Here m is the mass of the block, k is the spring constant or force constant or stiffness constant. Frequency of linear simple harmonic motion oscillator n is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of k divided by m. See, if the block is pulled after applying the external force towards the positive x-axis, then the block is moves through a displacement x towards the positive x-axis, but the restoring force is acting in opposite to the direction of applied external force. But in this case, after removal of applied force, then the block system is oscillating simple harmonic motion about its equilibrium position. During its oscillation, acceleration is always directly proportional to displacement, and also acceleration is always acts opposite to the direction of displacement. That's why in horizontal oscillations of a spring block system is resembling, it's one of the linear simple harmonic motion oscillator. In linear simple harmonic motion oscillator, vertical oscillations of a spring, let us consider one spring has a stiffness constant or force constant or spring constant k. Natural length of the spring is L. One end of the spring is tied with the rigid support. See the free end of the spring. So now the spring is in unextension position. Now the block of mass m is loaded with the lower end of the spring. Then extension is produced in the spring by a distance L. So during the extension, gravitational force acting on the block mg acts vertically downward direction. Then due to the gravitational force pull the spring downward direction through a displacement or through a distance L from its natural length. Then restoring force is exerted by the spring acting on the block through the spring acting in opposite to the direction of gravitational force. Then the restoring force is acts vertically upward direction acting on the block through the spring. Now restoring force exerted by the spring acting on the block F is equal to minus KL, equation number 1. Now this restoring force exerted by the spring acting on the block, which is equal to gravitational force, then the gravitational force Fg, which is equal to mg. Now this gravitational force which is acts opposite to the direction of restoring force, so therefore gravitational force acting on the block vertically downward direction F is equal to minus mg. So both gravitational force and the restoring force exerted by the spring acting on the block both is equal at the equilibrium position. Now the block is in equilibrium position, then only gravitational force acting on the block vertically downward direction, then restoring force is exerted by the spring acting on the block at vertically upward direction. Both the forces equal at the equilibrium position. F is equal to Fg minus KL, which is equal to minus mg, minus get cancel, L divided by G, which is equal to m divided by k. It is the important expression in vertical oscillations of a spring. Now at this equilibrium position, then we apply the additional force acting on the block vertically downward direction, pull the block vertically downward direction. Further extension is produced in the spring from the L to the Y. Now restoring force is exerted by the spring acting on the block. F is equal to minus K L plus Y. Then after applying the external force through a displacement Y, remove the applied force, now the block is oscillating about its equilibrium position, then the oscillation is resembling linear simple harmonic motion oscillator along the y-axis. Now restoring force F is equal to minus K L plus Y. F is equal to minus KL minus KY. Now this restoring force is F prime. This restoring force F prime, which is equal to minus KL minus KY. This is equation number 4. So equation 4 minus equation 1, then F prime minus F, which is equal to ma. So this is acceleration of the spring block system in vertical direction. F prime minus KL minus KY minus F value. F is equal to minus KL which is equal to ma. So minus KL minus KY plus KL which is equal to ma, minus KL plus KL, then minus KY which is equal to ma. Here A is equal to minus K divided by M into Y. So during its oscillations of the block spring in vertical oscillation, acceleration of the block spring system is always directly proportional to displacement. A is directly proportional to Y, and also acceleration is always directed towards the equilibrium position, and the acceleration and the displacement is always acting in opposite direction. That's why vertical oscillations of a spring block system along the vertical direction is resembling a linear simple harmonic motion oscillator. Then further that, in simple harmonic motion, acceleration which is equal to minus omega square y, equation number 4. Compare the acceleration A, and the acceleration A is equal to minus omega square y, which is equal to minus K divided by M y minus y minus y. Omega square is equal to K divided by M, then omega is equal to square root of K divided by M. This is another expression in vertical oscillations of a spring. Angular frequency in vertical oscillations of a spring, omega is equal to square root of K divided by M. Then omega is equal to 2 pi divided by T. Then substitute here 2 pi divided by T, which is equal to square root of K divided by M. 2 pi divided by square root of K divided by M, which is equal to T. Then T is equal to 2 pi into square root of M divided by K. It is another expression, time period in linear simple harmonic motion, especially vertical oscillations of a spring. One of the important concepts in vertical oscillations of a spring, one end of the spring is tied with the rigid support. See, the free end of the spring has a spring constant K, and the free end of the spring is loaded with the mass M. After connected with the load, the extension is produced in the spring through a distance L. So here, gravitational force acts vertically downward direction Fg, which is equal to mg. Then restoring force is exerted by the spring acting on the block through the spring, which is equal to minus KL. Here at the equilibrium position, there is no oscillation at the equilibrium position. Both the forces equal. F is equal to Fg. Then minus KL is equal to minus mg, because gravitational force acts vertically downward direction, which is acts opposite to the direction of restoring force. Minus get cancel. Then L divided by G, which is equal to M divided by K. In time period of linear simple harmonic oscillator in vertical oscillations of a spring, T is equal to 2 pi square root of M divided by K. In the replacement of M divided by K, substitute L divided by G. T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G. In frequency of oscillations of a vertical oscillations of a spring, n is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of g divided by L. So here L is not a original length of the spring. L is the extension is produced in the spring after loaded with the mass m. That's very important. G is the acceleration due to gravity at a given place. Next, another topic. Springs connected in parallel. Let us consider two springs connected in the combination. Let us consider one spring. So one end of the spring is tied with the rigid support. See the free end of the spring as a spring constant K1. Another spring, one end is suspended or fixed with the rigid support. See the free end of the spring as a spring constant K2. So both the lower end of the spring is loaded with the mass m. Now mass m, mass of the block m experiences gravitational force acts vertically downward direction Fg, which is equal to mg. But this block of mass m pull both the spring downward direction, then both the spring extension is produced through a same displacement x. But restoring force is exerted by the spring as a spring constant K1 is F1. Then restoring force is exerted by the spring has a spring constant K2, that restoring force is F2. So one of the important concept, springs are connected in parallel. When both the spring lower end is connected with the load of mass m, both the spring extension is produced through a same displacement x, but the restoring force is developed within the spring is a different restoring force. Then how total restoring force is exerted by the combination of the spring? Then total restoring force F is equal to F1 plus F2. This is equation number 1. Already we know that restoring force is exerted by the spring acting vertically upward direction. Then F is equal to minus K. In this, extension is produced along the y-axis. That's why extension is produced y. So both the spring extension is produced through a same displacement along the vertical direction y. So that's why common expression restoring force F is equal to minus Ky. But restoring force is exerted in the first spring. F1 is equal to minus K1y. Equation number 2. Then restoring force is exerted by the second spring acting on the block of mass m, F2, which is equal to minus K2y. Equation number 3. Then total restoring force acting vertically upward direction in the combination of the spring connected in parallel F, which is equal to F1 plus F2. F is equal to F1 value minus K1y plus F2 is equal to minus K2y. Then F is equal to minus K1y minus K2y. Equation number 4. Now both the springs are removed by instead of single spring. One end is tied with the rigid support. That spring has a spring constant Kp. Lower end of the spring is connected with the same load of mass m. After connecting the load, extension is produced through a displacement y. Then restoring force is developed within the spring vertically upward direction acting on the block of mass m. Then restoring force F is equal to minus Ky. Here K equivalent to spring constant connected in parallel, because both the spring is replaced by a single spring as a spring constant Kp. Equation number 5. So equation 5, substitute in equation 4, minus Kpy, which is equal to minus K1y minus K2y. So minus Kpy, which is equal to minus y commonly taken out, K1 plus K2. So minus y get cancelled, Kp which is equal to K1 plus K2. So it is an important expression. If springs are connected in parallel, effective spring constant connected in parallel which is equal to sum of the spring constant of the individual spring. Now these two springs connected in parallel combination, after that resulting that mass of block executing simple harmonic motion, effective spring constant connected in parallel Kp is equal to K1 plus K2. Then time period of block of mass m T is equal to 2 pi square root of m divided by effective spring constant. T is equal to 2 pi square root of m divided by effective spring constant connected in parallel K1 plus K2. Then frequency of block of mass m, n is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of K1 plus K2 divided by m. So there are two important expressions when two springs connected in parallel, time period of oscillation and the frequency of oscillation. Now another topic, springs are connected in series. This is rigid support. Let us consider two springs. One end of the spring is tied with the rigid support, has a spring constant K1. So lower end of the spring is connected with the top end of the another spring, has a spring constant K2. Now lower end of the second spring is loaded with the mass m, block of mass m. Now the block of mass m experienced gravitational force acts vertically downward direction Fg which is equal to mg. Now due to the gravitational force, the block of mass m moves downward direction. So, then extension is produced in both the spring. These are vertical oscillations of a spring. Extension is produced in the second spring is y2 along vertical direction. Extension is produced in the first spring through a small displacement y1. But restoring forces developed in both the spring with the same magnitude F. So generally restoring force F is equal to minus Ky, equation number 1. If the two springs connected in series, restoring forces developed or exerted by both the spring with the same magnitude, but the extension is produced in both the spring is different. So extension is produced in the first spring is y1, extension is produced in the second spring is y2. Then total extension is produced in this combination. Y which is equal to y1 plus y2. So we know that restoring forces exerted by both the spring is the same. F is equal to minus K1 y1 which is equal to F divided by K1. Then F is equal to minus K2 y2. Then y2 which is equal to F minus F divided by K2. So both the extension is produced in both the spring y1 and y2. Substituting y1 value minus F divided by K1 plus y2 value minus F divided by K2. Then y is equal to minus F divided by K1 minus F divided by K2. It is equation number 2. If two springs connected in series, total extension is produced along the y-axis. Y is equal to minus F divided by K1 minus F divided by K2. Now both the two spring is replaced within a single spring. one end is tied with the rigid support, free end is loaded with the same mass m, extension is produced after loaded with the mass m through a small displacement y along the vertical direction, effective spring constant connected in series Ks, then restoring force is developed within a spring F, then gravitational force acting on the mass of block M, Fg, which is equal to mg. Now restoring force F is equal to minus Ks into y, equation number 3. So from this equation, total displacement produced by the block of mass m along the downward direction y is equal to minus F divided by Ks. Equation number 4. Equation 4, substitute in equation 2, then minus F divided by Ks, which is equal to minus F divided by K1 minus F divided by K2 minus F divided by Ks, which is equal to minus F commonly take out, 1 divided by K1 plus 1 divided by K2 minus F get cancelled, 1 divided by Ks is equal to 1 divided by K1 plus 1 divided by K2. It is an important expression. In springs are connected in series, reciprocal of effective spring constant connected in series, which is equal to sum of the reciprocal of the individual spring constant. Now these two springs connected in series, then this combination is lower end is tied with the connected with the mass of m, oscillating vertical direction, executing linear simple harmonic motion along the vertical direction. Then the effective spring constant, reciprocal of effective spring constant connected in series, 1 divided by Ks is equal to 1 divided by K1 plus 1 divided by K2. It can be rewritten in another way. 1 divided by Ks is equal to K1 plus K2 divided by K1 K2. Then effective spring constant connected in series, Ks is equal to K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. Then time period in linear simple harmonic motion if the two springs connected in series, T is equal to 2 pi square root of m divided by effective spring constant. T is equal to 2 pi square root of m divided by effective spring constant connected in series, K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. Then T is equal to 2 pi square root of m K1 plus K2 divided by K1 K2. So frequency of linear simple harmonic motion along the vertical direction if the two springs connected in series, n is equal to reciprocal of time period, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of K1 K2 divided by m K1 plus K2. Next, another one important topic related to NEET. The relation connecting in between spring constant and the natural length of the spring. Let us consider one spring. Spring has a spring constant K, natural length of the spring L. So spring constant is inversely proportional to natural length of the spring. It is an important relation connecting in between spring constant and the natural length or original length of the spring. Spring constant or force constant or stiffness constant is inversely proportional to natural length. For example, let us consider one spring as a spring constant K, natural length L. Now this spring is divided into two equal halves. Then original length is equally divided, L divided by 2 and L divided by 2. Now each segment has a spring constant K prime. Then how to calculate the each segment possesses a spring constant? So now this segment possesses a spring constant K prime. Then K prime is proportional to 1 divided by L by 2. then K prime is proportional to 2 divided by L. This is initially equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Now initially L length, natural length, force constant K. Then the natural length of the spring is divided into 2 equal halves. Each segment has a length L divided by 2, L divided by 2. Then new spring constant K prime is proportional to 1 divided by L divided by 2. In our aim to determine the new spring constant K prime, so equation 2 divided by equation 1, equation 2 divided by equation 1, so K prime divided by K, which is equal to 2 divided by L into L divided by 1, L get cancelled, K prime divided by K, which is equal to 2. Now new force constant K prime, which is equal to 2K. Now each segment has a spring constant K prime, which is equal to 2K. Now that each segment spring constant increases twice. So next topic in simple harmonic motion, simple pendulum. In simple pendulum, let us consider one thread or string. That string has massless and inextensible string or thread. One end is fixed with the rigid support and lower end of the string or thread is tied with the one metallic bar. So see the center of gravity of the metallic bar. Initially, then the metallic bar is in at equilibrium position. There is no oscillation takes place. Now the metallic bar is pulled towards one end and reaches in this position. Then the string or thread is displaces through a small angular displacement from vertical through that position. After that, then the metallic bar is released. Then the metallic bar is executing simple harmonic motion about its equilibrium position. It is executing linear simple harmonic motion oscillation, because if the amplitude of the metallic bar is small, very small, then the oscillation of the metallic bar in simple pendulum is a linear simple harmonic motion. In time period of metallic bar, time taken by the metallic bar to complete one oscillation, T, which is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G. Here L is the length of the simple pendulum. Then the length of the simple pendulum is measured in between the 2 points, at where the point then string is suspended at this rigid support, at where the point metallic bar center of gravity lies. So that distance between length of the simple pendulum is measured in between the 2 points and point of suspension and the center of gravity of the metallic bar. G is the acceleration due to gravity. So time period T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G, and frequency of metallic bar about its equilibrium position N is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of G divided by L. So there are two important expressions in simple pendulum. In a simple pendulum, time period T is directly proportional to square root of the length of the pendulum, and the time period is inversely proportional to square root of the acceleration due to gravity. So in simple pendulum, frequency of simple pendulum is directly proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity, and the frequency in simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of the length of the simple pendulum. In simple pendulum experiment, so length of the simple pendulum is always measured in between the 2 points, keep it in your mind, and point of suspension of the string and the center of gravity of the metallic bar. The distance is called length of the simple pendulum. Then in time period and the frequency of metallic bar in simple pendulum, which is independent of amplitude of metallic bar and also which is independent of material of the metallic bar and also which is independent of mass of the metallic bar. So time period of simple pendulum and the frequency of simple pendulum is entirely depends upon length of the simple pendulum and the acceleration due to gravity. Now we are going to dealing about some special cases in simple pendulum. First one, Let us consider one lift. That rope is tied with the top end of the lift. Gravitational force exerted by the lift Fg, which is equal to mg, effective mass of the lift. Now, tension produced in the rope acting upward direction through the rope acting on the lift, tension is T, act vertically upward direction. Now, the simple pendulum experiment is performed inside the lift. Now, the simple pendulum experiment is tied with the ceiling of the lift. Length of the simple pendulum L. Initially, lift is at rest position, acceleration of the lift is 0. A man watching the simple pendulum experiment initially lift at rest position, then time period of simple pendulum T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G, where L is the length of the simple pendulum, G is the acceleration due to gravity. This time taken by the metallic bar to oscillate, to complete one oscillation inside the lift. If the lift is at rest position, acceleration of the lift is 0 meter per second square, then time period T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G. Now we assume the lift is moving vertically upward direction through a constant acceleration A, vertically upward direction. Effective acceleration of the, in this case, effective acceleration, which is equal to acceleration due to gravity plus acceleration of the lift. Now, time taken by the metallic bar to oscillate one complete oscillation, T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration. So T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration G plus A. In second case, now the lift is accelerate with the constant acceleration is vertically downward direction. Now effective acceleration G effective, which is equal to G minus A. In this case, time taken by the metallic bar to complete oscillation in a simple pendulum experiment, T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration. So T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration, in this case G minus A. Now the rope is cut. Now that entire lift is falling freely vertically downward direction with an acceleration due to gravity. Now in this third case, freely falling bodies. If any freely falling body, that body is accelerated directed towards the center of the earth with an acceleration is acceleration due to gravity. In this case, effective acceleration G minus A. Here A is equal to G. Effective acceleration in this case G minus G. Then effective acceleration in this case 0. Then time taken by the metallic bar to complete oscillation T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G effective. Then T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G effective is 0. T is equal to anything divided by 0. Time period becomes infinity. One special case in simple pendulum. Let us consider one car initially at rest position. Acceleration of the car A is equal to 0 meter per second square. Now that simple pendulum experiment is performed inside the car. Now that simple pendulum experiment is tied with the ceiling of the car or roof of the car. Now length of the simple pendulum L, then time taken by the metallic bar to complete one oscillation is measured by the one observer inside the car at rest position. Time period t is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G. Now the car is moving towards the positive x-axis with the constant acceleration. Now effective acceleration in this case G effective, which is equal to acceleration of the point of suspension of the thread or string tied with the ceiling or roof of your car. That point of suspension has a two acceleration. One acceleration is acceleration of your car A towards positive x-axis, and another one acceleration of the point of suspension is vertically downward direction is acceleration due to gravity. Now both acceleration due to gravity and the acceleration of your point of suspension towards the positive x-axis, both the vector acts right angles to each other. Effective acceleration is square root of A square plus G square. Here now time taken by the metallic bar to complete one oscillation in this case, if your car is moving towards the positive x-axis with the constant acceleration A, t is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration t is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by effective acceleration in this case square root of A square plus G square, square root of A square plus G square.